Welcome to the deep dive.
Hmm.
Today we're looking at something, well, pretty fundamental actually. Introducing yourself confidently in English. You know, it comes up everywhere. Classroom, work, online groups, just meeting new people.
It really does.
And let's be real, it can feel a bit nerve-wracking sometimes, right? That first moment.
Oh, absolutely. That initial contact, it feels like it carries a lot of weight. But, you know, the good news is there are some pretty straightforward ways to handle it better.
Okay.
And that's kind of our mission today, isn't it? To dig into some easy tips, look at real examples, just help listeners feel a bit more sure of themselves when they speak, regardless of their current level.
Great. So let's get into it. The first thing you mentioned feels almost too simple, maybe. The power of a smile.
Yeah, it sounds basic, but don't underestimate it. Think of it like a superpower almost.
A superpower. How so?
Well, smiling genuinely makes you look friendlier or more approachable before you even open your mouth.
Okay.
And interestingly, the physical act of smiling can actually trick your own brain a bit. It can help you feel more relaxed, more confident inside.
Huh. So it works both ways, on the other person and on you.
Exactly. It creates a positive loop, a little instant mood boost for everyone involved.
Okay, so takeaway 1. Don't forget to smile. A genuine one. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is crafting and practicing a short introduction. Why prepare something?
Well, think about when you're nervous.
Yeah.
Your brain is kind of buzzing, right?
Typically.
Having something prepared, like a little script in your head,
Yeah.
it just reduces the mental effort needed in that moment.
Yeah.
You're not searching desperately for the right words.
Like a safety net.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Aim for maybe 30 to 60 seconds, enough to share key things, but not so long that you're just rambling.
Right. Keeps it focused.
And practicing it maybe in the mirror or recording yourself on your phone, it helps smooth it out, makes it feel more natural when you actually say it.
So what kind of things should be in this short intro?
The basics, obviously. Your name, maybe where you're from. But then it's good to add why you're learning English.
Why is that helpful?
It gives context,
Yeah.
And it can be a great conversation starter. Plus, adding something small and personal, a hobby, an interest that makes you more memorable.
Okay, you gave an example. Hi, I'm Rena. I'm from Thailand. I'm learning English because I want to travel and meet people from different countries.
Yeah.
I enjoy music and reading books in English.
Yeah. See how simple that is?
Uh-huh.
Name, origin, the why, and then those little personal details, music, reading. It just makes Rena seem like a real person, someone you could connect with.
It does. It gives hooks for the other person to ask questions about.
Okay.
So a simple, practiced intro. Now, something I think we've all experienced. People who speak English really fast.
Oh, yeah.
It can be tough to keep up. Your next point is about pace and clarity.
This is so important. There's this misconception sometimes that speaking fast means you're fluent.
Right. It sounds impressive.
But actually, clarity is king. Speaking a little more slowly, making sure your pronunciation is clear, that's what really helps people understand you.
So slow down.
Just a bit, yeah. Give your listener time to process. And it gives you time to think, too. It actually makes you sound more controlled, more confident, oddly enough. Not rushed.
Okay, so speed isn't the goal. Understanding is. Makes sense. And related to that, you suggest keeping sentences simple.
Absolutely. Especially in that first introduction. You don't need to pull out all the complex grammar and fancy vocabulary right away.
Why not?
If you know it. Because simple, correct sentences are just easier to understand. Less chance of errors, less chance of confusing the other person. The goal is connection, right?
Yeah.
Clear communication, not showing off.
You had that great contrast example. Don't say, I endeavor to attain fluency.
Right. Sounds so formal, a bit stiff.
Just say, I want to become fluent in English.
Much more direct, natural, easy to grasp. Keep it simple.
Okay. Simple sentences, clear pace. Now, this next one might feel a bit vulnerable for some learners. You suggest actually saying that you're still learning English.
Yeah, and I really encourage this. It might feel counterintuitive, like you're highlighting a weakness.
Exactly.
But actually, it does a couple of really positive things. First, it takes pressure off you. You're acknowledging reality. Second, most people are really supportive. They appreciate the honesty. It can actually build a little connection.
So it sets expectations in a good way.
Precisely.
Oh.
And you can frame it positively, like the example phrase, I'm still learning English, but I enjoy speaking and practicing with new people. See? It shows you're actively engaged.
I like that. It turns it into a positive thing. Okay, we talked about adding a personal touch earlier with the Zarina example. Why is that little detail the hobby, the job, the interest so effective?
Well, it just makes you more three-dimensional, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It moves beyond just I'm learning English to here's a little bit about me. If you say I love playing guitar, maybe the other person does too. Instant connection.
Or even if they don't, it gives them something specific to ask about.
Exactly. Like your examples, I'm studying to become a nurse, or I want to improve my English for my job. They're relatable. They give a fuller picture.
Okay, so sprinkle in a little personality. Now, let's shift from what we say to how we present ourselves. Body language. How much does that really matter?
Oh, a lot. We communicate so much nonverbally. Your posture, for instance, standing or sitting reasonably straight, it just projects more confidence, even if you're feeling shaky inside.
Fake it till you make it, sorta?
Kinda, yeah. And eye contact. Not staring intensely, obviously, but making that connection shows you're engaged and respectful. Keeping your hands relaxed helps too.
And you mentioned video calls are important here too.
Definitely. Since people are mostly seeing your face, looking into the camera lens simulates eye contact. It makes a difference in feeling connected.
Right. So projecting confidence, even if you have to consciously think about it. Good tip. Okay, next, preparing for common questions.
Yeah, this is just about being ready for the natural next steps in a conversation. After you introduce yourself, people will likely ask follow-up questions.
Like what?
Oh, the usual suspects. Where are you from? Why are you learning English? Maybe what do you do for work or study?
So have little answers ready.
Exactly. Just short, sweet answers you're comfortable with. It just smooths out the conversation, makes you feel less put on the spot.
Okay, preparation helps avoid freezing up. Now, a really crucial point for any learner, mistakes. We all make them.
We absolutely do. Even native speakers trip over their words sometimes. It's totally normal.
But it can feel embarrassing, can it?
It can, but the key is reframing it. Mistakes aren't failures. They're just part of learning. They actually show you where you need to practice more.
So don't let the fear of mistakes stop you from talking.
Please don't. That's the most important thing. Except they'll happen. And you even provided a phrase for when you get stuck, didn't you?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still learning. Let me try again.
Perfect. It's polite, it acknowledges the situation, and it shows you're not giving up.
Yeah.
Honestly, that shows more confidence than just stopping or getting flustered.
That's a great way to look at it. Okay, so embrace the learning process, mistakes and all. Finally, you put all this together in a full example from Maria.
Yes, Maria's intro is a nice little summary of these ideas in action.
Should we read it out again?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Mexico. I've been learning English for 1 year. I love watching English movies and practicing conversations. I'm learning because I want to travel and talk to people from around the world. I'm still improving, but I enjoy learning something new every day. Nice to meet you.
See how it flows. She hits all the key points we talked about.
Yeah, name, place, how long she's been learning.
The why, travel, and talking to people.
The personal touch, movies, conversations.
Exactly. And she acknowledges she's still learning, framing it positively, and finishes with a nice, friendly closing.
It feels complete, but also quite natural and not too long.
Right. It's clear, simple language. It invites conversation. It's a really solid model that people can definitely adapt for themselves.
Fantastic example. Okay, so, wow, we covered a lot there. Let's just quickly recap.
Good idea.
We talked about smiling, that little superpower.
Yep.
Having a short practice intro ready, maybe 30, 60 seconds.
With name, origin, why you're learning, and a personal touch.
Speaking slowly and clearly, using simple sentences. Clarity over speed.
Crucial.
Being okay with saying, I'm still learning, it actually helps.
Takes the pressure off.
Using confident body language posture, eye contact, even on video.
Projecting confidence.
Preparing for those common follow-up questions.
Just brief answers ready.
And importantly, embracing mistakes as just part of the journey. Use that phrase. Sorry, let me try again.
Shows resilience.
That's a really practical toolkit, I think.
It is. And the main thing is, this is a skill. You can get better at it with practice. It's not about instant perfection.
Yeah, it's about being clear, being yourself, and just making that connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, every time you introduce yourself, every word you speak, it really is a step forward.
It gets easier, doesn't it?
It definitely does. So, take these ideas, try them out. Don't be afraid to just start those conversations.
Great advice. Thanks so much for breaking all that down for us.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, we hope this gives you some solid strategies and, a bit more confidence for next time.
Maybe think about Maria's example. How could you tweak it for yourself? What's one small personal detail you could add?
Good thought to leave people with. Until our next deep dive, Keep practicing, keep connecting.
Take care. Goodbye for now.